haven't seen any of these yet, so these are, after they're approved, they're for your file. I've got copies.
Okay. And a letter goes out to the
And
homeowner, right?
letter, yeah, some of them will be after the project has been done, but that's all right.
Jack? What? Question?
Yes.
I just like to ask a question. Maybe I'm 100% wrong, but I thought someplace in our documents said you should not build outside the footprint of the house.
I just asked that.
I
Just asked that.
I thought they did too.
Addition.
My suggestion to be table it and research it, because maybe I'm 100% wrong.
I thought
But
the
you know,
same
you put an addition on your little screen in front of your house, and that's in that cement footing.
Yeah, what about when you add a cage? When you add a cage in the
But let me look right now.
Well, I'll give you an example. My house was supposed to have a 2-car garage, but I had a pie-shaped lot, and I got the third bay in.
Built like
I mean, there was room. If I realized, I probably could add
that. It was built like that. It wasn't
double.
add-on.
Huh?
Wasn't
It
an
wasn't an
add-on.
add-on.
It's built like that.
No, I know, but there shouldn't be any reason why. I mean, we would have to look to make sure, but I don't
know.
think, most of the properties, you wouldn't be able to do this, but the pie-shaped
We had one
lots.
stick in at the end of Coralvina before you moved in, if you remember that. First guy that was on the board was Malabelli, the attorney down there at the end of Coralvina, put one on 2 rooms on the side of his house. He stuck it in.
Well, if it's within the property line and the easements, there shouldn't be any reason you can't do it.
Unless it's written.
Well, because if
Unless,
I had to do
unless
it
it's
on
written.
site-
Well, like I say, right now, Mr. Middleton and Mr. Cox are checking the documents to make sure that we're not gonna approve something that we shouldn't, so. And I don't have my documents here to go through. Okay, well, why don't we continue with the meeting and then we can vote on the architectural. And then this way they can, check the documents. The covenants committee, we had no, meeting, with the covenants. There wasn't anything to do. There were a couple of complaints that have been turned over to the, management company that Susie will be checking into as she writes the community. So other than that, then there is no committee report for the covenants committee. Okay. Let me get this back here so you can hear me. Okay, well, we should go to we'll go to old business first. We will, this is the attorney report, so we will go with things that have been taken care of or that are pending, and I will go through them. The Towland property has been sold. That's the piece of property that's been the biggest eyesore in the community for several years. The property's been sold, and the money to us will be returned. They're cleaning it up now, they're taking care of everything. So hopefully, and even the grass is starting to come back, so it's looking pretty good.
Is that the corner of the lane?
Yep, that's a corner of the lane and an old Meadowbrook Circle. And the 4109 Old Meadowbrook Lane, that property was foreclosed by the bank, and they have vacated, the former owners have vacated the property. It was being used as a safe house and caused many problems this summer to the residents of Old Meadowbrook Lane. And we had quite a time trying to take care of this problem, but we managed to do so, and we were able to correct the problems, and I'm sure everybody on the lane is very happy that all the police activity and everything is all over with. We have an October date set for mediation for the property at 23449 Old Meadowbrook Circle. The parties involved tried to go to court, and the court refused to hear the case and said it had to go to mediation, and that's where we are with this at this point. And just to make things clear, it was not the association that tried to go to court, it was the parties involved. So, right now, that's all I can tell you, that we are due to go to mediation with this in October. And, let's see, there's a court action for a non-compliance issue for 23428, Splash Pine Court, and that's scheduled for sometime in November. 23407 Old Meadowbrook Circle has been sold, and we just approved the colors for the house, etc., and we will be receiving our money that's due us from that. And that pretty much, in Nova Star, I believe, you had,
Affidavit, I'd be able to just sign so that the attorney can go ahead and give them the office.
okay, and Nova Star at 23453 Old Meadowbrook Circle. They're going to foreclose, I believe you said?
Yeah,
Is
well,
it-
They're
is that-
selling it, the bank is selling it, so they're paying us the money.
Okay, the bank will be selling the property and we will be receiving our money. And let me see, there is 4152 Gumbo Limbo. The pre-lien was set for on 2/8/2011, and we can proceed with the claim of lien on that property. 23345 Old Meadowbrook Circle, there was a payment plan worked out, and the homeowner is now paying. There's a bank foreclosure on 23411 Old Meadowbrook Circle, and we have filed a motion for case management conference on that on 8/23/2011. We haven't heard any more about that. Other than that, that was, let's see, there was 4113 Old Meadowbrook Lane. I don't know how true this is that the property was sold, but we are checking into that. So I'm not sure what's going on with that property. But that is the attorney's report. Okay, our budget meeting, we'll go on to the budget meeting. A place and time will be set up for that 30 days after the residents receive the annual budget proposal. Is there any old business that anybody has that I haven't covered?
do we have to talk about the election,
Well,
or the annual meeting?
well, we can bring that up under new business.
Okay.
Is there any other old business in anybody? Okay, well then we can move on to new business. Okay, under new business, there is a new state law that allows us to rescind the voting rights of people who owe us money. And I think perhaps maybe Mr. Middleton or Mr. Cox would like to address everybody on that, maybe to explain it. And then we will have to decide that we.
You're right, the board has the right to suspend voting rights for any member who is 90 days past due in a monetary obligation, as your treasurer stated earlier. And it has to be done at a duly constituted board meeting such as tonight, and then the owner in question has to be notified once the board has taken that action.
So you think we have to do it owner by owner?
Yes,
We can't do it,
you have to do it owner by owner.
I mean, even though they got state insurance,
Correct.
they're past
You
due.
must pass a resolution at a board meeting rescinding Mr. or Mrs. Smith's voting rights until such time as the account is brought current.
Okay, and we could do that in October.
You can do that at any duly constituted board meeting.
And we have to go with each individual homeowner that we are, and that resolution would, at that time, include all of those homeowners.
You pass a motion at a meeting to rescind the voting rights for Mr. and Mrs. Smith at whatever address in your community for failure to pay and having a 90-day plus past due amount on their account. And that will show in the minutes, and then management ourselves will notify that owner their voting rights have been rescinded.
Each one has to be done individually?
Yes.
Each one individually.
And
That's
if they pay before the annual meeting, would their voting rights be restored?
If they pay before the meeting, yes.